5 unfinished looks, 7 chaotic days. We're in the final week of this 13-week journey together. We have one fairly sleep-deprived designer. Welcome to the home stretch. This is the last week of our 13-week challenge to create an entire fashion collection from scratch.
13 weeks ago, I had an idea, creating a fully sustainable collection. Every pattern I had to draft by hand. Designs that had started as kind of simple ideas morphed into ambitious avant-garde pieces. Cutting, sewing, pinning, adjusting, all while this arbitrary challenge clock was ticking. And now with the clock running out, it's time for one more final push. The last chance to bring this collection to life and see how much we can actually get done before the final time is up. Only one way to find out.
Whether you've been here since that first sketch or you're just joining in, buckle up. This is our grand finale. I'll be honest, it's really ambitious this week. There is a ton on our plate and a short period of time in which to do it. And you'll just have to see, will we finish or will my ambition outrun the reality of what making these pieces actually takes? Before we can even think about new looks, we have some unfinished business. Last week, we cut out a bunch of companion pieces, gloves, a t-shirt. They should be some nice, easy wins to kick off the week.
You'd think after 13 weeks of designing and sewing, I'd be able to set my expectations properly. The easiest piece, the cutout back t-shirt, simple shape, clean lines. It turned into a battle.
What's really challenging at this stage is not the sewing of the different pieces, but trusting that what I set out to do is going to work and just executing at this point.
It was way past midnight. The only thing that was keeping me going, finally seeing a piece come together. And this t-shirt was officially the first finished garment of the week. Feeling confident, I moved on to the gloves. This should be easy, right? Spoiler alert, it was not. In fact, it was an absolute disaster.
When I sewed up the first pair of gloves, I noticed none of the fingers seemed to fit, so I ended up having to cut deeper and reshape all of the fingers. And I was like, man, this pattern sucks. But then when I went to do the second one, I realized that instead of treating this like the pinky, I had treated this like it was the pinky, but that sure as heck didn't work. The second one sewed up really fast and easily, but then I had to recut another glove. Just because time was running out doesn't mean I should rush. Ultimately, it just ends up taking more time.
These gloves are Exhibit A, proof that I would get eliminated immediately on a sewing reality TV show. Somehow we managed to finish them in the end.
Now that the backless t-shirt is sewn up, it's time to figure out what the pattern is going to look like for the punch needling on that piece. I have a couple ideas. In a perfect world, I'd be able to bring them all to life. But being this short on time, doing that digitally is the closest that I can get. I wanted to honor our references in this collection, something that was inspired by the Bauhaus. It will have to be recolored to tie it back to the collection. Doing a couple of manipulations, I think I've come up with something that I really enjoy. I did a mock-up using a different fabric. And the challenge I'm running into is I'm really enjoying iterating on this idea of this shape with the cutout. However, it's a bit of overkill. I would love to be able to bring all of the concepts to life and then edit. But for now, I'm going to do the punch needle one. That's just how we're evolving. When we began this series, my goal was to prove I was a fashion designer. But at this point, I think my goal is just survival. The gloves are finally done. The t-shirt is finally done, but I haven't done the jumpsuit yet.
I had all of these things I've been working on in previous episodes, and with time running out, I still decided to spend half a day on making something new. We're gonna just skip forward on this part because this didn't get finished.
Okay, confessional time. We are clearly on a reality TV show. I feel like I'm on Project Runway about to dramatically talk about my crisis. I can't finish all 12 looks by the end of this week. So I can either attempt to just cut out 12 looks, or I can finish making 7 looks. If you were in my shoes, would you make a beeline for the finish line, or would you care more about the quality of each one? What would you do? I need to narrow it down to what we're gonna finish. I remember last week when I said that I was gonna try to do all 12 looks no matter what. That didn't age well. To-do list, yeah? What are we gonna do today? So this should be finishing all of the things. Okay, so jumpsuit. Finish sewing. Put the finishing touches on the quilted dress. Sleeping bag dress. Might not happen today, let's be honest. I want to prioritize the pink dress. That should be pretty quick. We need to map out punch needling for the t-shirt. I think if I just get it mapped out, that'll actually be as far as I'm gonna get, we'll see. And then for our hoodie, attached. So much to do today. Let's go.
I know what you're thinking. This is a great montage. There's some Rocky vibes. Maybe, just maybe, she'll just not reality. And I'm sorry to disappoint, but that's not what happened. Instead, I tried to avoid having a mental breakdown and live to fight another day. For the past 13 weeks, it's been nonstop. Sewing, punch needling, fitting, pinning, unpicking, trying to wrangle all of these ideas into a sustainable fashion collection. And up until the very last second, I was still making.
Okay, the final step, cut all of these loops. And it will make the fabric relax a little bit. It's looking so good though.
You really can't rush a well-made, sustainable collection. And 13 weeks, it just never was gonna be enough. I was racing against time, trying to force a finished collection out of ultimately an unfinished process. That doesn't mean we can't appreciate all of the things that came out of the past 13 weeks of work. What started out as a test of ways to combine squares inspired by Bauhaus weaving, now it's something real, something tangible, and pretty darn close to, I'd say, wearable art. These pants were an amazing experiment in, can I design a pair of pants out of faux leather from old garments and turn it into something amazing? This backless punch needling piece, while still a work in progress, combined with the pink dress, shows the evolution of an idea if you give it the time to evolve and develop. And it turned into something really unexpected. Each piece tells a story built with intention and so much learning along the way. So what's next? Was it worth it? It may be the end of the series, but the journey of creating this collection and sharing all of the behind the scenes is just getting started. Welcome to Leigh, the brand that's flipping the script on sustainable fashion. Bold, high fashion design, unexpected upcycling, the perfect blend of heritage craft with modern innovation. If you've been here for this entire journey, thank you so much. If you're new here, welcome. You're here at the right time. This isn't just a fashion brand. It's a movement to prove that fashion can be beautiful, self-expressive, and sustainable. Whether you're aware, a designer, or a maker, the space is for you. So as we close out this series, I want to hear from you. My goal was to share my learning. Did you learn something? Do you still have lots of questions? Drop a comment which part of this process you want to explore more. Yes, the punch needling tutorial is coming, I promise. Sustainable fashion isn't just about what we wear. It's about how we create, innovate, and push the future of fashion and style forward together. The 13 weeks may be up, but our work is just beginning. Let's make fashion personal, sustainable, and unapologetically bold, just like you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.